from being the potential world champions to becoming kind of a joke at the end. Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo have both lost quite a lot on the way, all thanks to McLaren, and now that Danny's left, Lando has shared how he feels about it, and he feels terrible. See guys, here's the thing. The partnership between Daniel Ricciardo and McLaren was expected to be a dream team. McLaren seemed to be on its way up. It had invested a lot into its team, and Daniel was a proven race winner who had won 7 Grand Prix before joining the Woking-based team. It was going to be beautiful. Danny was going to lead them to glory, along with his sidekick, Lando Norris. But none of that ever happened. Everything ended up being a major disappointment. Ricciardo's move from Renault, now known as Alpine, raised a lot of expectation, cause like back then, this guy was considered one of the top 5 drivers on the grid. He was also known as the best overtaker on the grid. At the same time, McLaren had made its way to 3rd in the Constructors' Championship. So back then, it seemed like this pairing was going to work amazingly, and that McLaren will be one of the top teams in Formula 1. But after 2 lackluster years, the Aussie and the British team parted ways, cause even though he won 1 race in 2021, his overall performance was incredibly poor. He was constantly outpaced by his lesser experienced teammate Lando Norris. Plus, for some reason, he found the car super difficult to drive. Now, I get that McLaren has been making terrible cars lately, but if Lando could figure it out, somebody of Danny's caliber should have as well. What made all of this incredibly sad though was his unfulfilled potential, his efforts on Netflix's Drive to Survive, and his friendship with his teammate. And that friendship was incredibly important because the expectations for the Ricciardo-Norris partnership were high. Formula 1 fans were thrilled about the prospect of these 2 drivers being paired up because both of them had incredible talent. One of them was older, one of them was younger, so it would have been like an amazing mentor-mentee kind of relationship. You know, the kind Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda had. I mean, no F1 pairing can be as iconic as those two, but you get the point, right? Plus, this seemed to be a massive upgrade from the Norris-Carlos Sainz partnership. Look, I get that Sainz is good as heck, but he just doesn't seem to have that killer instinct. He's too nice of a guy, and it's just he doesn't have that championship-winning dog-eat-dog mentality. Plus, and I hate to say this, he doesn't have the pace.
From home, so yeah, it's been a while since I've made such a long trip, and fuck, I've struggled with jet lag really bad.
So Daniel Ricciardo was the chosen one, the one who was going to take this team to new heights and change everything. Now the thing is, the fans weren't exactly wrong either. They were right to have high expectations, cause this partnership was hilarious. The 2 drivers are incredibly funny when they're on their own, but together, it was perfect. Interestingly, a lot of Formula 1 fans don't think that's the case, cause Netflix's Drive to Survive didn't show much of this. The show focused on creating the narrative that there was a civil war going on between the 2 drivers, so fans had a hard time understanding that the pair did get on amazingly in real life. And it's quite clear that Lando misses his old teammate, so once Ricciardo left McLaren, fans were, of course, expecting Lando Norris to speak out about his relationship with the guy. Norris shared a clip from one of his live streams on Instagram. In that, you'll see that Lando was asked if he misses being a teammate with the Australian Formula 1 driver, to which Lando responded, "I miss Daniel, of course. I miss him." It's kinda sad to see this kind of bromance break away, since we're all already kinda heartbroken about the Pierre Yuki thing. But hey, looking forward to a Lando-Oscar bromance now. And while the 2 drivers party it up in Woking, let's see what Daniel Ricciardo's up to. So, because Daniel was terminated from McLaren before his contract ended, he got paid. And he got paid well. Daniel Ricciardo was given $18 million to just leave the team.
Oh my god.
My hair used to be really long.
Mate, I would not have picked that.
Like, it'll come down to my shoulders.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's more than the 5th highest earning driver earned in 2022. Once he collected that massive bag of cash, he joined Red Bull. Unfortunately, he hasn't joined as a driver. He's joined as a reserve driver, or 3rd driver, as Red Bull is calling it. Over there, he'll be working on marketing, sim, and promotion activities.
So yeah, every time we get to the States, it's getting more and more, and people are, kind of spotting me and saying what's up and wishing me luck. So
People are
it's
wearing
cool.
And while we might not see him on the grid all that much, we will be seeing a lot of him on Red Bull's social media. Because the thing about Daniel is he's extremely popular, so there's no way he would have disappeared from the scene. Plus, being as popular as he is, there's a part of me that thinks he's aiming for Checo's place in the team. Because a lot of Red Bull fans have already started calling for something like that to happen. And some fans even say Ricciardo's better as Red Bull's third driver than as McLaren's first driver, because 2023 really ain't looking good for the blokes in orange. Where to begin? McLaren's become kind of a joke this year, and to be honest, it might even fall out of the midfield. So first, the team's got a rookie. Now, Oscar is a proven winner, and he's thirsty for more, but he's still a rookie and doesn't have the kind of experience their rival drivers have. Like Aston Martin's driver literally has 2 world championships under his belt, and many years of racing experience. Anyway, there's that. But then there's also the car. The rotten, godforsaken tractor of a car. Firstly, the team couldn't even get through practice without the gearbox breaking down, which then had to be shipped to England to get fixed. And as if that wasn't enough, the team struggled in Bahrain.
There's actually a video of me, it was in the Austrian Grand Prix, where the changing moment was when I went to go and watch the British Championships at Clay Pigeon, which was my local car track in Yeovil. That changed.
Lando finished a measly 17th place, which isn't bad, right? Because that's still above 3 drivers? No, because those 3 had retired from the race, so 17 is as worse as it could have gotten.
It is Renault Clio RS 2018 edition. It's French. Like the manufacturer's French.
On top of that, Lando had to pit a whopping 6 times because there was an issue with his car that just wouldn't work out.
For the first little bit of time, you just want to focus on driving.
Just
a lot
the
of
driving.
things, just the driving. But with time, I remember when I'm at my first race.
Then we have the issue of Oscar. The poor guy couldn't even finish his first ever Grand Prix because of an electrical issue.
No, you immediately start looking. Like, you already start looking at the next season, like pretty much halfway through the current season.
Yeah.
So already by,
The ship is sinking, and Oscar left Alpine to jump on it. What if he's regretting it? Because Lando's already kinda sniffing around the paddock. Do I blame him for that? Heck no. He's incredibly talented, but he's wasting his talents at the Woking outfit.
As motivated as I need to be, the whole team are. It's a new season, new opportunities for us to get to where we want to get.
He really might be looking toward a move at Red Bull, Ferrari, or even Mercedes. Although, let's be real, Mercedes itself is in quite some trouble, but is still faring better than McLaren. Plus, with Hamilton aging, chances are that the Silver Arrow squad will have an open seat soon, cause all of this is unfair to Norris. Outside the traditional top teams, you've got Fernando Alonso and Lando Norris that are the greatest drivers out there, and Fernando's team has got its stuff together, and might even end up beating Mercedes this time. Aston has built an amazing team, so Lando's pretty much the only driver right now that's in a team that does not deserve him. And judge signs all you want, but he left the team at a good time. And that's all for Lando's response to Daniel leaving the team. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.